Welcome to Kindness Stories, where we bring you heart-pounding tales of strength, compassion, and the human spirit. In this story, you'll witness what happens when cruelty meets quiet courage, and how a nurse who had spent her life healing others was forced to defend herself in the most unexpected way. Buckle up. This one will have your heart racing and your spirit cheering. The late autumn wind blew sharp and cold over the parking lot of Jefferson High School as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, golden shadows across the cracked asphalt. Students hustled to their cars or waited in groups for rides, their chatter echoing in the open space. Most days, it would have just been another quiet evening. But today it wasn't like most days. Inside the gym, a community health awareness event had wrapped up hours ago. Tables had been cleared, banners rolled up, chairs stacked in the corner. But one person remained. Ellie, a nurse in her early 30s, short auburn hair tied back, calm brown eyes, and a kind smile that rarely left her face. She moved around the gym with ease, cleaning up leftover pamphlets and checking inventory on the medical supplies she brought from her clinic. Ellie wasn't just a nurse. She was the kind of person who stayed behind when others went home, the kind of soul who believed that kindness could change the world. She'd seen suffering, loss, pain, but none of it had dulled her spirit. If anything, it only sharpened her resolve. She crouched by a first aid station to box up unused items. When she heard the gym doors creak open behind her, heavy footsteps followed. She glanced over her shoulder and froze. 3 boys, teenagers, but tall and broad like men, walked in, laughing loudly. The kind of laughter that chilled your bones. Ellie knew 2 of them from earlier. They had lingered around the event, cracking jokes during the CPR demo, snickering while she spoke to a group of students about drug safety. She had smiled and carried on, hoping they'd mature with time. But now something was different. The laughter wasn't playful. It was cruel. Well, one of them sneered, arms crossed. Looked like Nurse Ellie's still here, playing Miss Perfect. She rose slowly, tucking her clipboard under her arm. Event's over, boys. You should head home, she said calmly. Go. We're not here for the event, said the tallest one, his lip curled in a smirk. We're here for a little fun. The third boy shut the gym doors with a loud bang that echoed through the empty space. Ellie's heart rate picked up. Her instinct screamed that something was wrong. She took a step back, putting the table between them. You've had your fun already, she said, forcing her voice to remain steady. Now it's time to go. What are you gonna do if we don't? The second one taunted, grabbing a chair and flipping it lazily in his hand. Call the cops with your stethoscope. Ellie's eyes scanned the room. Her phone was in her bag. Across the gym floor, she was alone, cornered. She straightened her shoulders. I came here to help people. I don't want any trouble, she said, locking eyes with the one who seemed to be the leader. Then stop talking and sit down, he growled, stepping forward. We're in charge now. The boys began to surround her, their movements deliberate. One reached out and grabbed her arm hard enough to bruise. Ellie jerked away. That's when everything exploded. The leader shoved her hard, and Ellie stumbled backward. Her heel caught on the uneven floor mat and she fell. Her back slammed against a stack of chairs, sending them clattering. Pain shot through her shoulder as she hit the ground. Laughter erupted again. Look at her. One of them howled. Can't even stand straight. But Ellie wasn't thinking about pain. Her fingers, searching blindly behind her, wrapped around something solid, wood, a broken chair leg. One end was jagged, splintered from the fall. Her eyes narrowed. She rose slowly, the piece of wood clenched in her hand like a sword. She was shaking, but not from fear, from something else, something older, deeper. A line had been crossed. She wasn't going to beg. She wasn't going to run. One of the boys lunged. She stepped aside and swung. The crack of wood against bone rang out like a gunshot. He cried out, stumbling back, hand to his side. The others froze. Back off, Ellie yelled, her voice rising for the first time. I won't let you hurt me. The leader hesitated. Then he charged. This time, she didn't dodge. She brought the chair leg up and struck with all her strength. It hit his forearm, and he howled. Falling to one knee, Ellie stepped back, heart hammering. She didn't want to fight, but they'd given her no choice. Asterisk sirens wailed in the distance. Asterisk someone had heard the noise. Help was coming. Asterisk the boys scrambled to flee. The leader cursing and limping, they vanished through the back exit just as the gym doors burst open. Security guards and a pair of local police officers rushed in. Asterisk Ellie dropped the makeshift weapon. Her arm throbbed, her shoulder ached, but she was upright, still breathing, still standing. Asterisk that night, word spread quickly. Students, parents, teachers all heard how the nurse had fought back. But what stuck most wasn't that she defended herself, it was how she refused to be silenced. The next morning, bruised but unbroken, Ellie returned to the school, standing tall in front of a crowd of students. Asterisk she didn't talk about fear. She talked about strength. Asterisk kindness doesn't mean weakness, she said softly into the microphone. And silence is not the answer to cruelty. Stand up, speak out, protect each other. Asterisk the gym erupted in applause. Asterisk Ellie's story went viral. News stations picked it up. People flooded the clinic where she worked with letters, flowers, and notes of thanks. Survivors of bullying reached out. Nurses wrote in, saying how inspired they were. Asterisk, but Ellie didn't want fame. She only wanted others to remember one thing, that in a world that often confuses kindness for weakness, it's sometimes the softest souls who hold the fiercest strength. Asterisk weeks later, all 3 boys were expelled. Charges were pressed, but that wasn't the end of the story. Asterisk one of them, the one who had first grabbed her arm, showed up at the clinic 6 months later, alone. He had a cast on one wrist. The memory of that night still fresh in his eyes. Asterisk Ellie was surprised, but she didn't turn him away. Asterisk I'm not here to fight. He said quietly, I want to be better. Asterisk she nodded slowly. Asterisk then you're in the right place. Asterisk and she led him inside. Asterisk because kindness doesn't end at survival. It begins again with every chance we offer someone to do better. Ellie knew that, and she lived it every single day. Asterisk if you were moved by this story, don't forget to subscribe to Kindness Stories. Share this video with someone who needs to know that standing up for yourself isn't just bravery, it's a form of love, and that even the strongest warriors can carry a healing heart. Asterisk.